Right, can we talk about football kits? Normally we do a glove review where we get the guests to come on and talk about the gloves they wear and stuff. Obviously, being so involved at Hashtag and that, you've invented your own kits.
This is Matt Smith, and this is the glove review on the Yours, Mine, Away podcast.
Obviously, we can see the goalkeeper kit behind you. How hands-on are you with all that?
Very, very hands-on. Me and my brother love it. Like, it's just such a fun bit of running a football club, like, genuinely. And I'm not saying, like, I do think the kit I bought today is probably the most, like, controversial shirt I've ever made, right?
It's one of the best kits I've ever seen.
It was one of our first, well, it was our first, actually our first and only bespoke goalkeeper kit. Every other goalkeeper kit we've had deals with Umbro, Adidas and Hummel. And every other goalkeeper kit we've had has always been, like, an off-the-shelf thing, which is probably something you find a lot, right? And that's the top tier thing as well. Like, the Germany Adidas goalkeeper shirt would be the same as, like, the Man United goalkeeper shirt. Like, it's very common for whatever reason. I guess they don't sell as much, right?
Or most brands, they'll have 2 different styles of goalkeeper kits,
yeah,
and then they'll do it in 6 different colours in both. So they'll have 12 kits, and whoever's wearing Adidas that year will get any 2 of the 6.
Yeah, and they won't be bespoke.
No, that's it, yeah.
And this is the only one we've ever done bespoke, and one of the reasons we did that as well was that we actually used it as an outfield shirt as well. So it was our third shirt, and it was our goalkeeper shirt. And we very much based this one on the Jorge Campos famous goalkeeper shirt, one of the most, like, iconic goalkeeper shirts ever. Very garish. And there's the 2 schools of thoughts with goalkeeper shirts, is there? Do you want to be very bright and big so that you put off the attacking player, or do you want to, like, some people have had, like, grey goalkeeper shirts so you almost can't see the shirt? I prefer the big version personally. I don't know what your stuff.
I think if we just let Owen, do you want to just grab it down and stick it on the table for us, just while the guys are chatting about it?
Yeah, because this will divide opinion, the shirt, I think. I mean, when we announced this shirt, our outfield players loved it because they didn't think they had to wear it.
Yeah.
And then all the goalkeepers were sort of 50-50 on it. And then when we started wearing it as a third shirt, people stopped liking it as much.
Oh, did they? I love it. Obviously, I grew up watching Jorge
But
Campos.
it looks like a keeper shirt, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
It doesn't look the same when you wear it out pitch.
Like what we're saying about some goalkeeper kits are really bright and garish. They're normally highlighted colours, luminous colours. And that's so that the goalkeeper appears bigger in his goal and it's all the striker can look at. But there is that flip side to that's when a striker looks up, he knows where you are, and he can then see the gaps past you. So there's a total. It's so.
What do you prefer? Which mentality?
I still traditionally like the emerald green goalkeeper kit. So I'm old school. I grew up watching like that sort of a goalkeeper kit. I think it was probably because I grew up loving Van der Sar. He always had a green kit and a black kit. Like that was kind of what he wore. So I was like whatever he wanted.
And the green blends in with the grass a little bit.
Yeah, that's a little bit. And then the black obviously does blend in with the fans without like the strikers knowing it, but they won't see a goalkeeper coming out. So whether you're further away, their depth perception's just not there if you've got a darker kit on.
Yeah.
But traditionally, I grew up, this was my first ever goalkeeper kit, the Jorge Campos. That's one of the reasons that I became a goalie at 8 years old, is that I was playing outfield, saw this goalkeeper kit. Our goalkeeper left the Sunday League team at the time, and I went, well, if I go in goal, I want that kit. And so I had the green version. Like they did this in 3. They did a pink top, a green top, and a yellow top. So I had the flip colour of it, where it was all green. I had the full kit, the white Umbro socks that match. Oh, I loved it, and I felt like I couldn't be beaten in it.
There you go. And that's why kit design is so important, because it's literally inspiring kids to play football. And for us, this shirt is our first ever bespoke shirts across the board, first ever on YouTube as well, and we announced them all in one big go, and we wanted the goalkeeper shirt particularly to really like stand out. We also did something that we've always done with our kits as well, which is we changed the colour of the badge depending on the shirt.
That's not traditional. That's
but those rules, and I've got nothing against traditional ways of doing things, but for me, it was like I've been told all these rules of kit design. I was like, but why is this a rule? Like, why can't my away shirt be a different colour every year? Which we do. We never have the same away shirt colour. It's like, but we're traditionally, for example, Arsenal will have traditionally a yellow away shirt. Yeah, but especially if you're talking about selling them, and it's starting to see it a bit more now.
It's
like,
a good shout,
give them a different, because you're asking people. I grew up in the world where you had a shirt for 2 seasons. They wore it for 2 years at least, and it was like better bang for your buck. Now you're asking all these parents to buy a new kit every year. At least give them a reason to change it up. You can't change the home shirt every year, although we sort of do, to be honest. We actually swap our dominant colour every year.
I've seen that,
so we're either yellow and blue, or we're blue and yellow, and it completely changes the look of the shirt. So every year our home shirt looks completely different to the one before, and that's along with other bespoke designs that we'll put in the shirt. But I think there's loads of rules in kit design that could be played with. It's way harder for an Arsenal to be creative because they've had 100 shirts. Do you know what I mean? We're still on our 4th, 5th shirt or whatever. But I am consistently underwhelmed by like shirts. There's some really great shirts out there, but there's some shirts out there I just think, who is okay in that? Like, who's the person at the club?
But normally it's nothing to do with the actual footballing department. It's nothing to do with the players, nothing to do with the manager. It's all done above and...
Yeah, of course, it's like the marketing team,
Yep.
but and that's probably the department that I'm like most at home at, I guess. But it's like, I don't understand why they tolerate poor designs. We're talking about teams with thousands and tens of thousands of fans. They're going to buy a lot of shirts. So give them something great. So we take it really seriously, and we've worked with designers at Umbro, Adidas, and now Hummel, the same guys that are designing, when it's Adidas, like the Real Madrid shirt and stuff like that. It's the same people.
How far ahead are you designing these shirts for? Obviously, next season you've already done that one.
Yeah, the lead time's crazy. Yeah. The lead time is like, they're pestering you for confirmed designs for next year's kit in like July of the year before. If you miss those deadlines because of the factory things and stuff involved, like you end up, we actually multiple times, not necessarily through fault of our own, but we've multiple times have had the shirt not ready for pre-season, and we've had to wear it the first game of the season instead because the designs, because it's one of them, like, if we're changing a deal, so it's our first year of a new brand, then you've got to be really quick.
Yep.
But yeah, that's a lovely, lovely part of running a football club, I think, and one of the most fun parts of the year.
This is Matt Smith, and this is the glove review on the Yours, Mine, Away podcast.